The heart of a human fetus starts to beat 3 weeks after conception. Mine started beating in the middle of March 1964. A few millimetres away, another heart was beating alongside mine. It belonged to my identical twin. Our hearts beat in loose synchronicity over 700 million times, until he was killed, aged 14. His names were Nicholas Timothy, and he was born at 3:40 on a cloudy Wednesday afternoon in November at King's College Hospital in Camberwell, London. 20 minutes later, I was born, to be named Timothy Nicholas. In simple terms, identical twins are produced when a fertilized egg splits and develops into 2 embryos. Essentially, one human divides at an early stage and emerges from the womb as 2 genetically identical clones. It's not just that they look the same. To all intents and purposes, they are the same. Even DNA analysis won't reliably tell them apart. It's always therefore surprised me that Nick was half a pound heavier than me, and remained so for the rest of his life. We never paid any attention to diet, and rarely looked at the bathroom scales, but whenever we did, there was always 8 ounces more of him than me. For such apparently identical children, it was equally surprising that we had feet of different sizes. More precisely, we had 3 feet 1 size, while my left foot was half a size bigger. This frustrated my mother whenever it came to buying shoes. Our parents lived in a large 18th century house on the edge of Merstham, a small village in Kent. From our first day at home, we were put in a shared bedroom and dressed in similar clothes. To differentiate us, my mother put a small gold bracelet on Nick's left wrist. We were the youngest of 7 children. My eldest brothers, Norton and Michael John, aged 17 and 14, were away at boarding school. Joanna and Amanda, then 9 and 7, went to school in nearby Ashford. Philip was less than 3 years older than us, and the leader of our little triumvirate. He was more immersed in our twinhood than anyone else. Sometimes the closeness was too much. One day, Nick lay down with a headache, and someone asked what was wrong with him. "Too much fee," he replied. My father, John, had grown up in Merstham before going away to boarding school and then serving in the Second World War as an infantry soldier. His father had died suddenly in 1939 in India, and his only brother had been murdered by a Nazi soldier while a prisoner of war. When my father returned to Kent after the war, he had inherited the family's farming estate, and he settled there to build it up slowly from years of neglect. He also took himself to London and entered the film industry as a production assistant, rising to become one of the most successful producers of his generation, as well as a respected businessman. Because of his work, my parents kept a London house. My mother joined him there at least 1 or 2 days a week, while she worked for charities such as the Red Cross and the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. She was also a magistrate in Kent, and this took a great deal of her time. We therefore had not only the love and attention of our parents and siblings, but also a doting family nanny, Helen Bowden. Nanny joined our family shortly after Norton was born. She lived with us and looked after all 7 children in turn, retiring only when Nick and I went to boarding school. By then, she was 81. One day, when we were toddlers, Nick's gold bracelet broke, fell off his wrist, and was lost. I realized everyone was going to be confused about which twin was which, and I felt a flash of fear as I wondered if they would ever sort us out. The bracelet was never replaced, because by then our family and friends had started to tell us apart by looking for a mole on the left side of my neck, underneath my chin. It seemed like an indelible proof of my identity, but, like any such device, its potential for misuse made it a double-edged sword.